Welcome back to hang on. Welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Colors. In the last episode, I spent like, I don't know how many hours actually trying to complete the task of getting all 180 red rings. And I'm actually gonna say this. Normally, Let's Players like do the specials after beating the game. So I'm gonna show you the special after I actually like beat the game.
That fool Sonic thinks he's won because he destroyed all my generators. Well, the mind control cannon is full enough for what it has to do. I will have the last laugh. The last laugh? How is laughing last special? Isn't that like being the slowest one to get the joke? Yeah, I laugh last all the time. People look at me like I'm an idiot. Forget about it. That's because you are an idiot. You talking to me? Yes, I'm talking to you. There's nobody else here, so I must be talking to you. Why haven't we fixed your voice chip yet? Yo, quit wasting my batteries over here. I've been working on it all day. What does that even mean? Oh, never mind. In a few seconds, it won't matter anyway, since the world will have only one thing on its mind. What's that, boss? Me. Now I remember why we changed his voice chip. No matter. I may have suffered a setback, but this thing's far from over. I will crush Sonic.
Well, that happened. By the way, interesting fact. In the DS version, sorry, I'm fixing my bed real quick. Two interesting facts. In Sonic Colors DS, the music you're hearing for Terminal Velocity was also used as the tense music in Sonic Colors DS. Like, although it was only used once. So I find that kind of interesting how they use the same music for the Terminal Velocity theme. On the Wii map, of course. And the second thing is, you remember how we fought Rotatatron, correct? Even if you don't, well, if you don't remember, well, let me inform you, we did. The interesting thing is that in the DS version, Orbot actually says, now I know what's happening, and Eggman's like, what? And Orbot is like, Orbot actually says, Rotatatron's arm is stuck in one of the cannons. so what's interesting about that, or at least I think it is that due to the lack of actual like cutscenes, or I don't know if there really were cutscenes in there, Boardbot basically says what's wrong with the machine without the use of a cutscene. So it's basically like knowing what happened in the Wii and DS version in the same way. In other words, in different ways and in the same way, it shows Rotatatron's arm was jammed into the machine. So, pretty much, well, in both games, Rotatatron is the cause of the problem. Now, if Eggman had known Rotatatron was gonna like blow up and stuff, I'm sure he would have decided not to release the machine. Anyways, I've jabbered on for too long. Let us continue with Act 1.
Hey, Tails?
Yeah?
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Good, so it's not just me.
When I feel the ground shaking under my feet and see plumes of dust rising and rubble tumbling and aliens running for their lives, yeah, I get a bad feeling. So, how about you and me make like Eggman's hairline and recede?
This isn't joke time. This is running to the space elevator time.
Sorry, couldn't help myself. We're out of here.
Yeah, we're running now.
Let's do this! Now, I've always hated Terminal Velocity Act 1, and pretty soon you're gonna see why. No, it's not because of those guys. Oh, I missed the maze. Another interesting fact, this is one of the best places to use the secret surprise that we've yet to unlock. By the way, you're probably wondering, hey, I got all 180 red rings. Shouldn't that mean that I get the surprise now? Well, actually, no. You actually have to complete all 21 levels in the Sonic Simulator. Yeah. Wait, no. Is there 21 X? Okay, I know there's actually like... I know there's at least... Actually, I think there's at least 3 levels for all 6, 7 worlds. Let me look at the guidebook real quick. Yeah, there's another one called Sky Stage. So there's at least 21 different levels you have to go through. I won't spoil the surprise as to why, but you just do. Oh shoot, okay, that was my bad. Okay. Man, let me turn it up real quick. Yeah, pretty soon you're gonna see why exactly I hate the, oh crap! Pretty soon you're gonna see exactly why I hate this stage. Commencing and, oh wait, hang on. It'll happen in a bit. It's not these guys. It'll happen in about 3, 2, wait, no. It happens after I hit a spring. Ow. Jerk. 3, 2, 1. Now. That's why I hate the stage. Okay, focus. Ow. Oh shoot. Okay. Let's try this again. Yeah! If I didn't already mention, I do also plan on getting S on most of these, on the levels. And you might be surprised, but already, boss time. Of course there's the final boss.
Time to bail. It can't be.
Leaving so soon. There are no lines, and I saved the best rides for last. At least let me stamp your hand so you can come back in.
I know you're trying to be clever with this whole amusement park pun thing, but it's just coming off lame. Just say you're going to destroy us and stop embarrassing yourself.
Curse you, Sonic! Not only do you foil my plans, but you foil my speeches as well! I worked hard on them! No matter. I will destroy you, and I will be victorious! Is that better?
Like a million times better. Thank you.
This robot is special! He's powered by the energy from your little friend! He is invincible! So I'd say it's been nice knowing you, but it hasn't.
I have to admit I'm a little scared. I don't think we can beat this guy.
See you on the ground, buddy.
Sonic, no!
Just got one last thing to do. As for you...
Let's finish this. Now this boss... Okay. Now, if you look closely, you'll notice the Mega Wisp armor has little arms. Now, the interesting thing is, in the DS version, the Mega Wisp armor only has one arm, which is detachable, and is also its tail. And if you look closely at the machine in the cutscene, you'll notice that the Mega Wisp armor actually has eyes, like little blue pupil things, irises. Now, the thing to note here is, the Mega Wisp armor can use every single Color Wisp ability except... No, I think he's using Hover to fly. So let's see. So a couple things to note. Other than that, he can use all the abilities except Rocket. That's in the... Okay. In the DS version... Sorry, I'm gonna get through this before we get onto the fight. Actually, no, I'll just fight and talk. So, the Mega Wisp armor in the Wii version can use all the Wisp abilities except Rocket. And, so he can use Drill... Okay, let me think. He can use Drill, Hover, Cube, Frenzy, Laser, and Spike. Oh, I can hit him again! I forgot that. In the DS version has new powers like Void, and the DS version has versions like Void and Burst. Eggman uses all the abilities I just mentioned in the DS version, plus plus Rocket and Burst. Sorry, I don't know why I had such difficulty saying that. Now, notice how all the abilities he uses are purple. That's because they're frenzied. They became negative. Oh, I could just do this. So every ability he uses that you see are all purple because they're all nega. Oh shoot, I forgot he's using spikes. When he uses Frenzy, he'll often combine two attacks. Look closely. You'll see little blue irises. Let's finish this, Eggman! Now, if you're wondering why it's vacuuming up so many wisps, that's because just like the laser cannon, it can run out of juice quickly. That can't stop me, Eggman. This ends now.
You horrid little hedgehog!
Let's do this.
Unlimited colors! Laser, drill, spike, rocket, you are frenzy!
Take this! Eggman has a wart on his nose. A? Aw, come on.
My head! Who turned out the lights? At Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park, you can feel comfortable knowing your safety is on number one. Oh, shut up!
Ah, the irony.
This might not end well.
In case you're wondering, that's a black hole. Let's do this. Our final objective? Run the crap away.
Sonic, are you okay? Man, I can't believe you made it through that.
I like you thought I wouldn't?
The only thing I was thinking about was getting pushed into an elevator.
Well, a hedgehog's gotta do what a hedgehog's gotta do.
Great job, Sonic.
Thanks. But I had a little help during that last part.
He said, thank you for saving us.
You're welcome. Thank you for saving us.
He says, you are welcome.
That thing's translating pretty good.
Yep, I finally got all the kinks out. We can talk to them perfectly now. Oh, great. He says, goodbye, my friends, I have to go. Just when I got this thing working.
Better late than never, buddy. Right on.
for this episode, that was Sonic Colors. I have to admit, this game is one of the best games for the Wii anybody could own. Like, just it's not just the Wisp that I like, but the game's humor. The game's like, I like the game's humor, the irony it sometimes has, and it's absolutely fantastic timings of things. Like back in that one cutscene when Sonic mentioned how he thought Eggman didn't have the decency to put it in like a seafood place in Aquarium Park, when suddenly a PA comes on saying there's a new place called the Bucket of Sushi. That was fantastic humor and timing. Also, you can use wisps. And I actually like the mechanics of most of the wisps. Not like the abilities, but the puzzles and mechanics. For example, let me think. Hang on, let me think. There was one part in the game using Wisp I wanted to like talk about. I can't recall what it was. Oh yeah, I think I remember. Like, honestly, Blue Cube has to be my least favorite Wisp ability, but it's still good. You know you're sincere. Man, that song's catchy. Sorry, I'm really liking this song, but I don't want to ruin it. Like Blue Cube, basically what kind of frustrated me was the one bit where I had to like, what was it? It was in Aquarium Park where I had to use the Blue Cube to actually like manage to get across to the, get across those little cubes in like Act 2, I think it was, or Act 4. And it kind of frustrated me because I thought I could never make it, but it took me a long time to realize that in that little puzzle sequence, I could boost across the platforms without worry of falling off because there was that large stack of white trim cubes to stop me from falling. And I actually find that pretty hilarious because it took me forever to realize that. Oh wait, I remember now. There was also the bit with the Scion Wisp in Aquarium Park. I actually plan on playing these credits again once I, at some point before I end the Let's Play so you guys can hear the song. It's called Speak With Your Heart, by the way, in case you want to listen to it. But the one bit in Aquarium Park, I think that was actually in Act 2, where I had to, use a Scion Wisp to perform ridiculous shots to get to the red ring. Let me tell you, I had never been more frustrated in my life about that. Like, the way they expect a ridiculous amount of precision about that, it was just ridiculous. But I figured out you could hold the laser for a certain amount of time, or for as long as you wanted to, and you just had to like very slowly angle the shot, like angle the shot just right to the point where you actually managed to like bounce in the correct angles. And so I got Rocket. No, wait. I got Blue Cube and Cyan Laser. So yeah, I got Blue Cube and Cyan Laser. Pink Spikes. I do actually no. I'll just let me just say this. The design and cutscene of the game, I already mentioned I like their humor. And, actually I think I already talked enough about the game. Let me think. Cyan Laser, I already got. Oh, shoot. And Blue Cube. Yellow Drill. That was kind of another one of the most frustrating abilities. It wasn't as hard to control, but it was just frustrating actually trying to, like, get to where I needed to go before the... Wait, like, watch this. You can very slowly angle the analog stick to angle where you want to go. Anyways, Yellow Drill. It was kind of the most frustrating ability, not for its use, but because of the fact that it was hard to get where you wanted to go. And I kept worrying that the timer was gonna run out, and often it did before I reached where I want to go, often either killing me or just leaving me stuck in a place I didn't want to be in. And how in the world is the orange wisp moving its feet like that? That is weird. But yeah. I like how brief moment you can see the Sonic and its laser wisp form. But yeah, the Yellow Drill was often hard to control because I wanted to get to where I wanted to go before the timer ran out, and often that didn't work out. That's all I really have to say for that. Yeah, Purple Frenzy. No, wait. Okay, let me think. Yellow Drill. Pink Spikes, if I didn't already mention, was also a bit annoying, because I also kept worrying that the timer on Pink Spikes was going to run out as well before I actually had the chance to do anything about it. And that's all I really say for Pink Spikes. What else is there? Orange Rocket. Orange Rocket was interesting. It wasn't really hard or easy to control. Rather, it was kind of in the middle. Mostly because you didn't really have any other control of Orange Rocket, other than where you wanted to shoot. And honestly, that's not really that bad. What else am I missing? Green Hover. That, although it wasn't exactly long-lasting, Green Hover had was like still a good ability, although it was kind of frustrating getting the red rings using it. Because often, I would often get myself killed trying to use Green Hover when I didn't really want to get myself killed. Oh, did I actually, okay, Purple Frenzy. Okay, yeah, Purple Frenzy. I'm sorry, I'm not really good at doing the commentary. What I like about the game part. I'm really not good at it. Gimme. Purple Frenzy. Often it was useful, and it didn't really get me killed much, which is surprising. Considering how Purple Frenzy is hard to control, I actually did pretty well with it. Although sometimes, Purple Frenzy can really get frustrating. And the one bit in, what was it, Starlight Carnival, where you had to use Purple Frenzy to get to the red ring above the goal ring, I had to be really careful because, believe it or not, it's really hard to control where Purple Frenzy jumps. And I didn't really like that. Whoa, did you see that? I was like on top of my own later. No! Gimme! Purple Frenzy was somewhat hard to control, but that's because it's so wild, it's unpredictable. Like, just like a Nega Wisp. Now, in the DS versions, I'll be honest, abilities like Red Burst and, what was it called? Red Burst and Purple and Violet Void. Red Burst and Violet Void were also kind of my favorite. Violet Void was just, like, Red Burst was also mostly my favorite because you could just, like, burst, literally, as the name implies, burst up anywhere you wanted to go, and, like, destroy enemies easily and stuff. I don't really remember much from Sonic Colors DS. I wish I could, but sad as it is, I don't have that game anymore. And Purple Void, no, darn it, Violet Void. Violet Void was actually the most fun ability to use, if not because of the fact that you could, spoilers, you could use it on the Asteroid Coaster boss, which had like a large like baton thing, kind of like a xylophone tool. And the hilarious part was, you could eat the entire boss with Violet Void if you ate one of the fruit. Okay. The boss of Asteroid Coaster wasn't exactly like a frigate. It was more like, what was it? I like how my purple frenzy form spilled out negatives or something. Violet Void is actually kind of hilarious because the boss of Asteroid Coaster was like a large freight train thing that it could grab meteors and use it with this large baton stick thing to slam into you. And what's interesting is you could eat the freight trains attached to the boss, and with Violet Void, with everything you eat, you grow larger, similar to Purple Frenzy. And at one point, you got so large you could eat the entire boss, instantly defeating it. I always found that bit hilarious because it's like, what the crap, man? How are you able to pull that off? How in the world are you able to eat an entire boss? I just found that really, really hilarious. See, opening theme, Reach for the Stars. Dun 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 dun. That's drill right there. Looks like some kind of tornado. Let's take a close look at what happens when I press B. Nothing really happens, I just go faster. I wonder what happens if I use B on most of the other, like, abilities. I'm actually curious now. Rainbow colors! And just the way Eggman was like trying to, the way Eggman disguised a large mind control cannon as an amusement park. That was the most clever thing anybody could ever think of. Like, I actually have to give props to Eggman for thinking that one out. I don't know if that's like ever been done before with like a supervillain kind of thing, but that is a really clever idea. And there's the Earth. Sega. Oh, 1-ups. Give me. I want 1-ups. Give me 1-ups. Yay! I don't recall if I got 1-ups after the credit. Oh.
I don't care. Just push. We have to hurry. I already have my revenge planned out, and next time I will not fail. Of course you won't, boss. Of course you won't. On the bright side, a certain someone got their voice back. I feel like my own self. All I want to do is talk. Hey, remember we were kids and those little alien guys? What's up with those things anyway? They sure were funny looking. It's so good though. What I wouldn't give for the maddening silence of space right about now. See, everything's starting using fish. Bummer we didn't bring any with us. Not that we can eat it since we're robots, but we gotta look at it. I love looking at stuff. I love stuff. The pirates are was right. Hey, how did we get all this stuff to blow up like that anyway? Moved it.
Jesus. Well guys, that was Sonic Colors. But not the entire Let's Play yet. Oh no. Still got a lot of work to do. I played this for 34 hours. Holy crap. Oh, that's right. That's because I left it on last night by accident. This little star here is the ending credits, by the way. So, in the next episode, we are going to go to Gameland. And we are going to unlock a very super special secret. I'll see you all